everyone! I'm the Mighty Blues, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2. Last time, we're what I assume to be towards the end of Mahiru's class trial. We found out who the killer is, and that's Peko Pekoyama. We've also figured out that Peko, just like Toko, is a serial killer who has a weird alter ego, and, well, if you thought Godfrey from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and his overall crazy obsession with justice was annoying, Peko somehow makes it worse. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with right now. Let's continue.
Take a look! It's a killer! This again? Huh? Sleepwalking? So what's your answer to my previous question? Why did you kill Mahiru?
This world must always be bathed in the light of justice. I must not allow even one shadow. Evil must be eliminated immediately. No matter what, I must not overlook evil.
Evil? Are you saying Mahiru is...
If you knew about that incident, then you must have played the game. Am I right?
And because of that, I was able to find the killer's accomplice hiding on this island like a sewer rat.
Then, the reason you killed Mahiru was...
To protect justice, of course. In order to protect justice, I have become its merciless sword and executed justice.
Holy crap! She's such a stereotypical psychopath!
She's so gross!
Peko, is this your true identity?
My true identity? I have already forgotten who I am. It just shows my determination. My determination to protect by throwing away what's most important. I'm willing to become anybody to shower this world with justice.
I can't stand this anymore! Let's just end this farce already!
End it? He's right. We need to end this already. The killer. In the end, there's no mistake that it was Peko all along.
Let's go over this incident one more time and then let's end this.
Yeah, let's go over our closing argument. So here's the thing. Just Peko's words that she said right there makes me think that she's being lured into being this serial killer. She probably heard, like, because she was in the library with Sonia. So she probably overheard this whole sparkling justice thing and used it as an alter ego to feign, like, insanity. I personally think, and this is just my thought right now, I personally think that Peko is like a bodyguard of Fuyuhiko. And Fuyuhiko had a hate boner for Mahiru. So he convinced her to do all of this on his behalf. That's what I think. Now the real question is, okay, so yeah, Mahiru found that, so footprints in the sand definitely goes there. So let's see. To retrieve the bamboo sword, I must do this. Let's pull up your yeah, do this. No. Oh, I see, because that's the exact same. That's the exact same there. Okay, so it must have been Mahiru arrives at the beach house. Must be there. Yep. Okay, I guess Mahiru or Hiyoko? Yeah, Hiyoko also arrives at the beach house. Okay. I almost wonder if this goes here. It does! Okay. In order to lure Mahiru and Hiyoko. Okay, no, it's not that one. Okay, so we've already gotten those 2 pages. Where'd the killer leave next to the body? Well, that would have been the mask, but we don't have the mask. Time to wash off the blood. Where should I hide? Ah! Hide there. And then the first one who found the body was Hiyoko. The closet. After Hiyoko ran away, they've dropped the gummy! Okay, oh! Drop the mask. Yes! Killer, drop the mask. And then... tied the bamboo. Hiyoko wakes up. Hiyoko wakes up. Sees the body. Runs away. To retrieve. Tied that. Last dock! Alright, so far so good. We're actually doing a lot better than the first trial. I think it's because I'm understanding the hint system more. Okay, so obviously, killer gave them both letters. What else am I missing? Wash off the blood, grab all the water bottles.
Here's everything that happened in this case. The incident began this morning when Mahiru spoke to Hiyoko. Mahiru most likely played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case, the video game provided to us as the motive. She probably wanted to discuss it with someone else who also appeared in the game as a character. Hiyoko accepted Mahiru's invitation, and they promised to have a more detailed conversation about it later. However, someone else overheard their exchange, the killer. The killer eavesdropped on their conversation and used their promise to devise a specific murder plan. By preparing a specific item, they planned to manipulate the two's actions. That item was the letters. They sent fake letters to both Mahiru and Hiyoko. The letter Mahiru received told her to come to the beach house at 2:30 p.m. And the letter Hiyoko received told her to come to the beach house at exactly 2 p.m. By providing different times, the killer was able to lure them to the beach house separately. Hiyoko totally trusted that letter, showed up at the beach house at 2 p.m., just like it said, and was drugged into unconsciousness by the killer lying in wait. After putting Hiyoko to sleep, the killer immediately hid her inside the closet, so they could frame her as the killer later. At 2:30 p.m., Mahiru arrived at the beach house. She was completely unaware that she had been targeted for murder. Approaching her from behind, the killer struck the defenseless Mahiru with a specific weapon, the metal bat that was left at the scene of the crime. The bat was brought down onto the back of Mahiru's head, and with that, she took her last breath. According to Mikan's autopsy, Mahiru died instantly, so she probably never knew who killed her. With that, the killer achieved their goal of killing Mahiru and began to tamper with the crime scene. They dragged Mahiru's body so that it blocked the door leading to the road. Also, the mask found at the scene of the crime was something the killer personally left. I'm not really sure why. My guess is it's something similar to a calling card. That's how the crime scene we discovered was created. However, by moving Mahiru's body, the killer got blood splatter on them. Plus, the shower room had no water because it was out of order, so they couldn't wash it off. But the killer expected something like that to happen. Instead of the shower, the killer used something else to wash the blood off their body. They used plastic water bottles that were inside the beach house refrigerator. We can assume they carried the bottles to the shower room before the sequence of events had happened. In place of showering, they washed the blood off their body with water bottles instead. However, they had no choice but to dispose of the empty bottles in the beach house's trash can. Littering is against the rules, and it would have taken too much time to throw them away somewhere else. After the killer washed off the blood, they hid in a specific spot inside the closet Hiyoko was in. The killer hid inside the surfboard case that they had already emptied beforehand. After some time had passed, the sleeping drug used on Hiyoko wore off, and she woke up. I can imagine how badly Hiyoko must have panicked when she came out of the closet. I mean, she made plans to see Mahiru, who lay dead right in front of her. From the shock and panic of being considered a murder suspect, Hiyoko fled from the beach house. Because of that, she left footprints in the sand. Everything was a trap set by the killer to frame her. After Hiyoko left, the killer finally came out of the surfboard case and placed a gummy that they brought with them to shift our suspicion toward Hiyoko. Ironically, placing that gummy is what helped clear our suspicion toward Hiyoko. Finally, the killer began preparing to escape from the beach house. They couldn't risk leaving their footprints in the sand, so they escaped the beach house using a different route. The small window in the shower room. However, that window is rather high up and can't be reached easily, which is why the killer used the bamboo sword they always carry with them. The killer took the bamboo sword out of its bag, tied the bag to the sword's handle, and used the sword as a step stool to reach the small window while holding the sword bag in their hand. As long as they're able to reach the window, all they had to do was pull the bag to retrieve the sword. And so the killer left the beach house and appeared before us as if nothing had happened. But their wet hair and swimsuit didn't dry right away. There also weren't any towels at the beach house. So when the killer met up with us, they said they had been swimming for a while as an excuse. So how about it? This is the truth behind the incident you caused. Isn't that right, Peko Pekoyama?
I see. And what of it?
She's like totally cool with it.
I haven't done anything to be ashamed of.
What are you saying? You killed Mahiru!
Wrong! I punished evil in the name of justice. That's no reason to condemn me.
I'm really worried that she's going to learn right before she dies or is executed that Peko or that Mahiru didn't actually do anything wrong. Or maybe Mahiru did do something wrong and we're about to find out. Because, like, Fuyuhiko, I still believe Fuyuhiko is the mastermind behind all of this. He convinced Peko to kill Mahiru because he has a vendetta. I firmly believe that. I just want to know, like, what is that vendetta?
Whatever. Let's hurry up and vote so we can freaking kill this weird, crazy bitch.
There's no way you can kill me. Justice can never be killed. You should all know that as well.
What are you saying?
To protect what's most important to you, you must be prepared to throw away something equally important. Understand?
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Then I shall be direct. Justice must carry on. In order to keep justice, to keep me alive, you all must give up your lives.
How much you want to bet people ship her and Nagito because they're equally psychotic? How much you want to bet? I know I mentioned in a previous episode that I'm like, oh yeah, there must be like Nagito x Hajime Yaoi, but I want to know, do people actually ship Peko with Nagito?
Are you serious?
It's not serious. It's justice! If I fall here, who will combat the evils of this world? Now, follow your hearts of justice that reside within you all, and save my life to protect justice! Hurry and carry on justice!
Give me a break! Who's gonna die for you?
If we let Peko go, we're all gonna get killed! For the sake of grand justice, a few sacrifices are unavoidable. Don't worry. The justice that you give your life to protect will never go to waste.
I can't stand her anymore. Let's vote already and execute her.
However, before we do that...
Monokuma, the vote! Hurry up and let us vote already!
I'm awake!
He finally woke up.
I've heard your story! Well, I wasn't listening, but who cares? Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote! Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Such heart-pounding excitement!
Man, Fuyuhiko really stopped fighting as soon as Peko went on her psychotic rant. I wonder why. I gotta know, man. Before she gets executed, I gotta know. Why did she get convinced? Why does Fuyuhiko hate Mahiru so much?
Can we please
Oh!
one more time?
Hi, Sonia.
Pardon me. Can we have a little bit more time? Please let us continue our discussion.
But what do we have to discuss? Do you want to have the one chance at interviewing a serial killer, Sonia? Are you like that one girl from Terrifier 3 who ended up getting killed by Art the Clown after she tried to interview one of his victims? Seriously, I still remember that scene. That scene is gnarly. Like, her boyfriend gets, like, cut in half with a chainsaw from the gooch up. I love that movie, by the way. Go watch the Terrifier movies. They're really good if you like slasher movies.
Continue our discussion? But isn't the voting over?
Yes, but I cannot help but feel strange. Something about this is definitely strange.
Strange? What do you mean? There's no doubt that Peko is the killer.
That is true. However...
As a serial killer enthusiast, you're wondering if Peko is really sparkling justice, am I right?
Oh, I think I brought that up earlier, how I thought that, like, Peko is using this as a farce. She's using this to cover up, like, insanity and, like, try to claim that. Because Peko was with us when we were in the library and Sonia was talking about serial killers, so she would pick up on something like that. To be fair, I did too, but I guess, wow, I guess that really shows how much I like true crime and stuff.
Hey, Miss Sonia isn't a serial killer enthusiast. She just has a little more passion about them than most.
That's called an enthusiast, Kazuichi!
That makes her an enthusiast!
Honestly, it felt strange to me too. I mean, there's a distinct difference between what we know about sparkling justice and Peko, right?
Distinct difference?
You know, Sonia describes sparkling justice like this.
Justice complete! The center of justice that is pierced by justice! The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky!
Oh, Peko she got the, why am I forgetting the term for it? Yeah, she got the whole catchphrase wrong.
That would be me. Sparkling justice!
Oh, I never made that connection, but yeah. She got the catchphrase wrong. That was the word. I couldn't remember the word. Yeah, she got the entire catchphrase wrong. An unknown serial killer has a catchphrase. Peko, you're asking questions to create an alibi. There's only been one person, a journalist, who has interviewed Sparkling Justice. The article was written in their native language, so I tried translating it. Yeah, Peko wouldn't be able to translate it. Only Sonia would. I think I've got a difference between the serial killer and Peko. Nationality, special ability. It's their nationality.
I see. That's right. According to what Sonia said,
The article was written in their native language, so I tried to translate it.
If she had a translator, that means it wasn't written in English, right?
Huh? Yes, the magazine I read was written in Spanish. So, Sparkling Justice's catchphrase was no doubt written in Spanish as well. Which means the journalist and Sparkling Justice are both...
From Spain?
Oh my god. All this time, I completely misunderstood. When I first heard about those serial killers, Genocide Jack and Sparkling Justice, I just assumed both serial killers were from the same country. But that wasn't the case. If so...
Peko, you're not Sparkling Justice. There's no way that's possible.
I actually appreciate this. I appreciate them trying to do the same thing they did with like Genocide Jack, but spin it in a different narrative. Because the whole thing with Genocide Jack is that we found out there was a serial killer amongst the group, but they weren't the killer. Now the serial killer is the killer, but the killer is not actually the serial killer. They're using it to cover up their actions and feign insanity. I like that.
Or, if you insist that you're Sparkling Justice, can you try saying that catchphrase in Spanish?
Will you be able to do that?
It appears that the time has come for this mask to come off. However, that's perfectly fine. It's no longer necessary. And even if you find out now, it's too late for you all to do anything about it. My duty has already been finished.
She carried out her job. She carried out her job and now nothing matters. God damn. She really was working for the Yakuza, wasn't she?
My duty as a tool has already been completed in full.
This poor fucking girl, man. Holy shit, this poor girl.
Looks like she's back to normal?
Man. I'm not gonna lie, just that whole scene right there just gave me flashbacks of playing Yakuza 0 for the first time and realizing, like, Majima's whole story. Damn, poor girl. Fuyuhiko, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because here's the thing. Peko's gonna get executed because she was the killer. Fuyuhiko's not. He's gonna have to stay alive. He's gonna have to carry the guilt of knowing that he killed two women. He killed two girls. He has that power. I wonder how that's gonna weigh on his consciousness. I'm curious.
That mask has fulfilled its purpose, just as I have.
What do you mean? Fulfilled its purpose? Too late? What are you getting at?
Now that you've already cast your votes, is what it means.
Oh yeah.
Be clearer. We're asking you what your purpose was.
I have no purpose. I am just a mere
Tool? What do you mean?
She called herself a tool, which means someone else used her then?
Of course. A tool cannot do anything on its own.
I see. Finally understand. Well, I did have a sneaking suspicion all along.
What do you mean?
I mean, besides Peko and Kyoko, someone else was also at the beach house.
Someone else?
There is proof that establishes that fact. Try to remember it.
The proof that there was one more person at the scene of the crime. The body discovery announcement. It's Fuyuhiko. Fuyuhiko was there.
Are you talking about the body discovery announcement?
Yep, that's right. I mean, didn't Monokuma say so earlier?
Yeah, 3 people including the killer or not. Geez, fine, you want me to say? Yeah, no! So Fuyuhiko was there, so it would have been Fuyuhiko, Kazuichi, and Hyoko.
And in this particular case, the killer, Peko, is not one of those 3. If that's the case, it would mean only Hiyoko and Kazuichi discovered the body, but...
I see. That leaves us one person short.
So that means there was one more person in the beach house.
Plus, the fact that Monokuma tried to hide that truth from us by being flexible with his own rules. That's such a vital clue that it could alter the outcome of the trial. Like an accomplice, for example.
No, it's not it.
Huh? Am I wrong?
Yes, from your basic way of thinking about it, you are wrong. Didn't I tell you? I'm just a tool.
So it's not necessarily the fact that there's an accomplice, but someone wanted someone else dead and therefore made Peko do it. That's what makes her the tool. There's no accomplice. It's just someone carried out an act for someone else. Again, that's a very Yakuza thing to do. God, Fuyuhiko, I would not be surprised if this doesn't destroy him, but I really want to see his reaction.
That means I'm just a simple tool to be used by that person.
Therefore, that person would have the strongest motive out of anybody else here, right?
It's Fuyuhiko! He wanted Mahiru dead!
You're the only one! Is it Fuyuhiko?
I see. Now I finally see the connection. The connection between the motive and the incident.
But even if it's the motive, it's just a game, right? There's no reason to believe it's even true. Would you call a game like that a strong motive?
No, the events that occurred in the game should have definitely occurred in real life. There's overwhelming proof of that too. Oh, it's gotta be the pictures. Do we have that? Or is it... Yeah, the crime scene photo.
I can prove it with this! I didn't think it was necessary to confirm it if it didn't have anything to do with Mahiru's murder, but... There's no doubt that game is based on actual events. That much is clear if you saw the ending prize. The photos awarded for beating the game are not actual in-game screenshots. They're all actual photos, with the surrounding scenery cropped out. You knew all along, Fuyuhiko, didn't you? You knew whether or not the first victim in the game was actually your little sister, right? Because whoever beat the game first received the ending prize.
Hey, what's with that envelope? What's inside? Yeah, he did beat the game first. And then he gave all the evidence to Mahiru to scare her. And then lured her out. So yeah, Fuyuhiko was the first one to beat the game, found out the secrets, and then found a motive to kill Mahiru. That was the motive! But then that would imply that Mahiru killed Fuyuhiko's little sister. But how? That's what I want to know.
The person who received the ending prize, it was you, wasn't it?
If you were shown a photograph of your sister's dead body, you'd have no choice but to believe it. Even so, you wanted to deny the truth. That's why you sent those photos to Mahiru to confirm it.
Hey! Why are we talking about Fuyuhiko? Who cares? 'Cause Peko is the killer, right? But we already voted!
That's why I told you. You're all too late. As I said before, I exist as nothing more than a tool. I had no motive for killing Mahiru. No reason to kill. Not even the will to kill. I was simply used as a tool. As long as I am a tool, I cannot defy my orders.
Hey! What's going on? Can anyone give me a simpler explanation?
It means I'm not the killer. The true killer, who used me as their weapon to kill Mahiru Koizumi, was Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu.
What?
What the hell?
I see. That's what you were aiming for all along.
No, I have no aim. But my young master does. My young master planned this from the start.
Young master?
That is the truth of this case. I'm sure you realize it by now, but it's too late. You cannot undo the vote.
That's a problem. If Peko's allegation holds up, that means our vote was incorrect.
In that case, the person who gets to live is...
Just... me?
But isn't this what you wanted, Fuyuhiko? Isn't this what you wanted the whole time? Oh, are you dealing with a little thing called guilt now? Tough shit, buddy.
That's nuts! No matter how you look at it, that's completely insane!
But also, how much you want to bet that that's not how Monokuma's gonna view it? Monokuma's gonna view it as who actually killed the other person is the true killer. Right? I'm trying to think back to the trial with Celeste. I'm trying to think how that one went. Celeste was seen... Oh, fuck. Wasn't she seen as the actual killer? Even though she had someone else do it for her?
How would Peko be a tool in the first place? Peko is a legitimate human being!
That's not for you to decide. It's for Monokuma. The votes have been cast. All we can do now is wait and see what Monokuma decides.
Knowing Monokuma, he's probably gonna give us all the success, and he's gonna make it that way so that Fuyuhiko has to live with this guilt. Because think about it, that's the ultimate despair. I wonder if that's what he's gonna do. I mean, we finished the trial, so it's not like we lost. What rank did I get? I'm betting it's C because I lost twice. B! I got a B for that? But I lost twice. Alright.
I'm in a bind, and what a bind it is. I guess for now, let's take a quick recess. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Ahem. Although there were some twists and turns along the way, the one who killed Mahiru Koizumi is... Hold on a sec. Okay, I'll wait. So sorry. I'm just hesitating. There's no need to hesitate. No matter how you look at it, Peko's the killer. It's true. Like, even though it was Fuyuhiko's plan, Peko killed, like, it doesn't mean Fuyuhiko doesn't have blood on his hands. He absolutely does. He has both Mahiru and Peko's blood on his hand. Peko just has Mahiru's. And in this instance, we're trying to figure out who Mahiru's killer is. When you think about it, Fuyuhiko's just committing a double homicide. But in the rules of the court, he doesn't. He has to deal with that on his conscience. Why? Why? Well, that's obvious. You're not a tool. You're a freaking human being. If I'm a human, then I'm not a tool. If that's what you're saying, you're wrong.
You just don't know.
Because you just don't know. You just don't know that there are people who only exist to be tools. Yeah, she's essentially the Majima to the Kuzuryu clan. She's the Dog of Kuzuryu. People such as myself only exist to be tools?
Hey,
What does she mean, Fuyuhiko? Peko and I grew up together. Are you two childhood friends then?
No.
No, it's completely different than that. Right after I was born and abandoned by my parents, the Kuzuryu clan took me in.
I am nothing but a tool.
They gave me a reason to exist. I am to fulfill my duty as my young master's property. Oh. Oh, I hate that terminology because I know what that could imply. I don't think Fuyuhiko treated her that way. But if in the wrong hands, it could.
What?
Property, you say? It means she's a hitman arranged by my clan to work directly under me. Yep, there it is.
If my young master is attacked, I must defend him as his shield. If he intends to kill, I must be his sword. That is my only reason for living. Before I am human, I am my young master's tool, first and foremost. Until this body of mine can no longer move, I shall fulfill my duty until the very end.
That is...
But that is... You are wrong. You are not a tool, Peko. Because if you are a tool, then what was all that time we spent together? It means nothing to her, because she's emotionless. She's a husk.
Nothing.
Yeah, it means nothing. Sad thing is, there are people who live like that. There are genuine people who live as just husks with no emotions. Interactions mean nothing to them. It's very hard dealing with people like that. I can speak from experience. I was ordered by my young master to behave, just as I was ordered to interact with you all. What? Our professional relationship doesn't exist on this island. We're just fellow high school students now. Right after we arrived on this island, that is what our young master ordered me to do.
You fiend.
That is why you were hiding your relationship, you mean?
No.
It's not as if that started the moment we arrived on this island. Before that, my young master has always told me to hide our relationship. My young master loathes relying on his household's power. Yeah, we have noticed that with Fuyuhiko. He doesn't like the fact that he wants to be independent, but he can't because of his status in the Yakuza. He even hates me, the tool given to him by his household. It's a tough situation for them both.
I am nothing but a tool.
No matter what I am told, I am nothing but a tool for killing. If my young master intends to kill, it is only natural for me to act as his tool. God damn, this girl was groomed from the beginning. Ugh. I feel bad for them both. Then, the one who tried to kill Mahiru wasn't you. It was... Fuyuhiko?
Damn it.
It is what it is. When I thought I beat that game, I was suddenly given these photographs.
Damn it.
Damn it. I don't understand. Why is my sister in these photos?
Don't fuck with me.
And she's covered in blood. What does it mean? Why can't I remember? How come I don't even know if my sister is dead? You tried to confirm it with Mahiru, and that's why you wanted to talk to her.
So?
Yeah, I sent her the photos because I wanted to make sure she'd respond. But she never replied back to me. Not only that, she started avoiding me too.
But I'm pretty sure Mahiru was confused too. I mean, we all were. Before anyone played the game, we didn't even know this incident had happened. That's why, even if we were told that we're connected to it, there's no way we could accept it.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, Mahiru wasn't actually the killer. She just got roped into the killing of Fuyuhiko's sister, and Fuyuhiko, not understanding the situation, just wanted her dead because she was avoiding him, probably because she was scared of him. And at this point, rightfully so. She deserves, she's absolutely justified in being scared of Fuyuhiko. I would be too. You know, when Mahiru spoke to Ibuki, she mentioned something about this. Sorry, I actually have plans to go to the beach with everyone.
Oh my!
Wait, huh? You're not gonna go, Mahiru? If you want to talk about it there, it'd be totally fine. It's pretty important, so, you know, it'd be troubling to involve the others.
Huh?
You sound pretty serious. Serious or not, I can't really do anything about it on my own, so I wanted someone to think about it with me.
But...
If I need to make amends, I would, but I don't even know how.
Are you serious?
That definitely sounds serious. I can cancel my beach plans for you. No, it's fine. It's important that everyone gets along anyways. Oh. Mahiru, as selfless as ever. I can relate to that. I really can. Ignoring your own problems to make sure everyone else is happy. Just tell them I'm not feeling well. Oh, girl. Plus, it doesn't have to be today. There's always tomorrow. That girl was too selfless. She wanted to discuss how to make amends, but Fuyuhiko was the only one who accepted her invitation. I should have gone too! But it was rather convenient for you, wasn't it, Fuyuhiko? If you could make use of their plan to meet each other alone, you could easily lure Mahiru into a trap, right?
Hey.
By calling both of them to the beach house, you were able to pin the blame on Fuyuhiko.
What the?
Seriously, what the heck? An eye for an eye. That's the world I live in. It's true. My little sister was murdered. If the reason that happened was because of some person here, I have no choice but to kill that person on my sister's behalf, right? And so, my young master thought of a plan and executed it. I wanted to use a bat as the murder weapon because in the game, that's what was used to kill Girl E. For revenge, clubbing the person to death was the same way my sister was killed, just seemed to make sense. Even if it ruined my disguise, it was the only thing I could do to avenge my sister.
That is...
So that is why you killed Mahiru with the bat. But still, I believed her up to the very last minute. That game was just a work of fiction. But even so, that bitch. Hey, if that game is actually real, are you the one who killed Girl E?
Why, you...
Hey, I don't want to hear about that!
But...
The fact that your sister was killed is terrible. It's unfortunate, but...
Why?
You shouldn't have killed that girl. Oh my god, it makes sense! Mahiru wasn't killed because she killed someone else that Fuyuhiko loved. She got killed because she mouthed off to him. She wanted to make amends, and oh my god, she just said the wrong things. She was too headstrong for her own good and mouthed off to the wrong person. I can fucking relate to that. Holy shit.
Shut the hell up!
Who cares about that? Just answer me! What do you know about that game?
What are you saying?
You had no right to do that. Nobody has the right to judge others for their crimes. Revenge is just wrong. She challenged his viewpoints. She challenged his views and therefore was silenced. How is it that the second trials for both Danganronpa 1 and 2 directly relate to, like, me and my situation with my father? Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? You know, I really wasn't expecting to have another story to be able to share about my family and Danganronpa, but, I think once we get our answers, I may have some explaining to do. Want me to be honest? This whole time, I was acting like a coward. Even after I called over Mahiru, I was still trying to find an excuse to not go through with the plan. But after she said that to me, that all went out the window. I got really pissed off and grabbed the metal bat that I hid under the bench. But at that moment, young master called for me and made me kill Mahiru. Huh?
Young master, I am finished.
What?
Are you saying that you killed because you were ordered to? A tool is not defined by its will, but by its actions. I don't get this at all!
Of course!
Well, of course you don't understand, because humans are completely different from one another. Everyone's birthplace and upbringing is different. It's obviously impossible for them to understand each other. So everyone just pretends to understand, and pretends to be understood.
Be quiet.
Hey, you're too annoying. Can you just be quiet?
Yes, indeed!
Okie dokie, I'll be quiet. Afterward, just as my young master planned, I proceeded to tamper with the scene of the crime. However, I also considered the possibility of being found out. So in order to get you guys to make the wrong choice, I decided to make use of that serial killer story.
It cannot be.
You insisted that you were sparkling justice in order to make us hasten our votes! So, we fell for it. We fell for a trick all along. That's right. You guys have made the wrong decision. You voted me, a mere tool, as the killer, unaware that my young master was the true killer.
That's obviously wrong.
Hold on! Don't act like our loss has been decided yet!
No.
No, it should be decided already. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
This is
I'll admit,
troubling.
all this talk about Peko being a tool sounds pretty persuasive. When you approach it from various angles, it makes sense that Fuyuhiko is actually the true killer. Hold on! I'm telling you to hold on! I see. So for Peko, Fuyuhiko himself is your true hope then. On his behalf, you killed Mahiru, and now you're trying to sacrifice us so that you can protect him.
Great.
You would only go for that because he's your one and only hope. I hate that Nagito is making sense here. I hate that! Wrong. I have no hope. I am just a tool. Well, even if we ask her, she'll probably just play dumb anyway.
Now then.
So I'm going to ask someone else. Hey, Fuyuhiko, what do you think?
Huh?
About what?
Hey,
Is Peko just a tool to you? Using that tool, surviving by sacrificing Peko and the rest of us? Is that your hope?
what?
Hold on.
Hold on. What's the use of asking something like that?
What?
Huh? You seem distressed. A mere tool doesn't panic like that, right?
Jeez.
God, only a schizo would be able to communicate with a psychopath. Peko, be honest. Are you trying to protect Fuyuhiko of your own free will? Oh shit, I hate that Nagito of all people is making sense here!
Hey,
Fuyuhiko, can you tell me the truth? The fact that she killed on your behalf, the fact that she lied to us by acting like the killer, are those all things you ordered her to do? Is that the truth? Fuyuhiko?
Yeah.
I know you hate our guts, but if you listen to Peko, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Young master, you just have to tell the truth. I was only following your orders. You just have to tell them that. Oh, his consciousness is speaking to him! Fuyuhiko, you mentioned this before, but in this kind of situation, interacting with others will just shorten your lifespan. Those idiots, Byakuya and Teru are proof of that. Plus, it'd be frustrating to get held back by affection when it's my time to kill. Ha ha ha! It's almost as if you're just a little baby boy in a cruel, cruel world. Doesn't understand how the real Yakuza works and what it takes to be a part of the Yakuza. You're still saying that. Of course, I'll sacrifice the lives of everyone here and if it guarantees my survival. Yeah, well, you're struggling with that now. You don't really feel that way, right? You're not that kind of person. Because if you were, you wouldn't be hesitating like you are now, right?
young master!
There's no need to hesitate, young master. Please just tell them the truth. Young master, you were the one who ordered me. I just did as I was told because I am a tool. Fuyuhiko, could this be considered your ultimate choice? Or this could be considered your ultimate choice. Regardless, either way, you'll still lose Peko, but
Hey.
if you insist you're the killer just as she said, you can sacrifice us and survive alone. Or would you rather reject Peko and fight alongside us against despair? Which one will be your hope? Let's hear what you have to say.
Damn it.
Young master, I am finished.
You? What the hell did you do? You already know, right? What's going to happen after you kill someone?
I did it because I know. There is no way I can let that happen to you.
Hey, Peko. Do you remember what I told you when we first arrived on this island? Our professional relationship doesn't exist on this island. We're just fellow high school students now. You need to run. Got it? Just let me take the fall so you can get away.
Young master, that is impossible.
Shut up! I'm ordering you not to worry about me!
There is no way I cannot worry about you. I am my young master's tool. A tool to protect my young master. Without an owner, the tool serves no purpose.
God damn it, we are done with that crap! Why won't you listen to what I'm saying?!
Regardless, I will not flee. Besides, I'm fairly certain they'll discover the truth soon enough.
Then why did you...
I have a plan.
Huh? A plan?
Please do not worry. I promise I will keep my young master alive and return him safely home.
You idiot. What do you intend to do?
I intend to fulfill my duty as your tool. Now please, go! Fuyuhiko will be waking up soon. After you leave, I must block the door to the road with Mahiru's body. Hurry!
Damn it. You better run away. Got it? Just forget about me! Forget about the Kuzuryu clan! You better escape!
This is a clash of ideals. Peko can't see past how she was groomed, because that's what it is. The clan groomed her to be this way. She can't think any other way. How she was raised groomed her to be this way, and she can't change. And Fuyuhiko didn't understand that. His anger got to him, and as a result, they all got thrown into this situation. Jesus fucking Christ, man. So how about it, Fuyuhiko? Please, tell me the truth.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Peko. I guess I couldn't go through with it after all.
Young master.
I'm a disgrace.
'Cause if that's actually what I have to do to survive, then I just feel ashamed of myself. It'd mean I can't live without depending on something. I just feel disgraced with myself.
Peko.
And if I admit that, it means you really are just a tool to me. How many times did I tell you? I don't want a tool given to me by the Kuzuryu clan. He wants to be independent. I get
Young
it.
master.
Both of them were forced into a situation they didn't want to be in by the same thing. By the same entity. Oh, come on, Monokuma. Ugh! Oh my! So this is how it turned out.
Too bad.
And here I thought it'd be more brutal and heartless. Man, how disappointing. Which means everything happens thanks to her meddlesome actions. There's no way a human that meddlesome could ever be considered a tool. Oh, when you think about it, he's right.
Hey,
Monokuma, you knew all along, didn't you? You knew about what Peko and Fuyuhiko discussed.
jeez.
Well, it's obvious now. I mean, that's why you have surveillance cameras. You were just having fun, huh? Man! Even if it was an act of desperation, Peko's claim was surprisingly interesting. You're actually the first to try to influence the outcome of the trial like that. But too bad! You're definitely the killer. Peko, the tool with a heart, is the killer. Peko, I'm sorry I couldn't fulfill your request. Even though you did all that to provide me the chance to survive. But I had a feeling it would turn out like this. Huh?
Young master.
Young master, you have a kind heart, despite being a Yakuza. That's why you question your position and constantly worry about it. Ah, a fellow Kiryu Kazuma. For you to sacrifice someone else just to escape by yourself. I believed you wouldn't accept that so easily. We've been together ever since we were children. Even a tool would understand that.
What?
Then why?
Even so,
I wanted
you to escape.
She's deflecting. She's deflecting her own feelings. Goddamn. I wanted to protect you.
Peko.
I am terribly sorry.
I'm terribly sorry that I will not be able to serve by your side until the very end, young master.
Goodbye.
And I'm sorry for what I've done to you all, too. It may be a selfish request, but please forgive my young master.
And please do not cause a senseless killing such as this ever again.
Of course. Peko! That will do, Monokuma. Why don't you start it already?
I will never feel despair.
Just so you know, I will never feel despair. As long as I am a tool, I am fully prepared to die.
So cool!
So cool! But will you be able to maintain that composure until the very end? Knowing Peko, probably. People who act as proud as you always shed tears of despair in the end. Now then, let's begin!
Young Master Fuyuhiko.
Please permit me to make one final selfish request.
So,
Didn't I tell you not to call me young master?
I want you to remember.
The tool, Peko Pekoyama, who used to stand beside you. I would like it if you remembered that. That's it. How many times do I have to keep... I don't need any tools! You did say that. Then let's begin! The punishment time brimming with despair! Jeez, why don't you get it yet?
Thrills!
This time for the ultimate swordswoman, Peko Pekoyama!
why?
You stayed by my side all this time. Why don't you get it?
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
I never needed a sword or a shield.
I never needed a tool. So... you didn't need to become a tool.
Let's give it everything we've got!
You just needed to be yourself. I never wanted a tool. I just wanted you. Only you.
Young Master?
Why? Why couldn't you understand? We've always been together ever since we were kids!
Let's go! It's punishment time!
Please, Peko. Don't go! I need you! Don't leave me!
Young Master? Young Master!
cannot be! Even Fuyuhiko? Holy shit, are both of them dead? People dying so easily, falling like dominoes!
You bastard! What is this?
This can't be. This is a lie, right? Well, I mean, I know Peko's gonna die, but Fuyuhiko too?
Such a waste.
For heaven's sake, this is just the worst. Jeez, what a waste. This conclusion, what a waste. This is why she should have just discussed it with me.
Damn it.
It was supposed to be a clash between two hopes, but it was crushed into something so unpalatable.
Oh.
You're still talking about that? Hell's wrong with you? Aren't you pissed that two of your friends got killed? I am pissed, and I even feel sad and hopeless. But still,
Isn't that right?
it's going to be all right. This despair is worthless. Oh my god. I hate Nagito. I hate him so much. I genuinely hate this character with like every fiber of my being. I really do. I really, really do. I hate this character so much. I hate him so much. This episode's gone on long. I wanted to wait until the actual like whole chapter ended. I think it was gonna end here because I fucking hate this character so much. Now before we end things off, I guess I should probably mention, I talked about how there was a chance that I may be able to have like a personal experience to share pertaining to this case. Because for those of you who've watched my Danganronpa 1 Let's Play, you'll know that the trial with Chihiro and Mondo was very similar to experience I had with me and my father. And I just with a lot of the story beats from this trial was going, I thought there was going to be another very similar situation that I had. Now that I know the context of this trial, I don't think that's the case. So therefore, I don't think I'm going to share it now. Maybe in a later video, if I feel like the time is right, I may share that story. But yeah, I just wanted to clarify that for those who would be like, oh my gosh, are we going to learn more about Blues' lore? No, I'm not sharing it yet. It has nothing to do with this trial. I thought it did for a second. I apologize for, misleading. But maybe one day. Maybe if I feel like the time is right. So I'm just going to end this episode by saying, fuck Nagito, I hate him, and I'm ending the episode now. Thank you all so much for watching, and next time on Danganronpa 2, we're going to finish this chapter. The trial is over, we're finishing the chapter, and we're moving on to something new. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.